News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Third suspect in a Lolo blow dart case appears in justice court. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. Here it is Thursday, February 11th, 2016. We have a partly cloudy sky, 32 degrees in Missoula right now. No fog like we had yesterday. A dense fog, not a part of the picture today. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Nissan and Hyundai of Missoula, now under new management, offering rebates, discounts, and 0% financing on a huge selection of inventory located on Brooks near Southgate Mall. The third suspect in a case in which over 20 pets were attacked with blow darts in Lolo, appeared in Missoula Justice Court yesterday. Tucker Parsons Miller appeared with his attorney before acting justice of the peace Suzanne Geer. She read the charges that included felony animal cruelty and felony tampering with or destroying evidence. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Celine Kepke spoke for the state.
Just as we have recommended in the other two cases, the state's recommending an OR release with a book and release today. As for conditions of release, we're recommending no weapons, no alcohol, bars, drugs, or casinos, a mental health evaluation, no contact with the victims, human or animal, and no contact with the other two co-defendants.
Outside the courthouse, this reporter was asked by Miller's attorney not to publish the video of his client's appearance because some personal information might possibly be used to contact his client in order to harass or make threats against him. The attorney said all three of the defendants, Miller, Breeden, and Barker, had received abusive communications from various individuals. So much so, he said legal action was being considered. KGVO News has reached out to the Missoula County Attorney's Office to check on these claims. In fairness to the defendant, KGVO News did not use the video in this story on our website. The Commissioner of Political Practices says Montana candidates aren't allowed to deliberately distribute campaign material to public employees' email addresses. The decision amounts to a new rule by Commissioner Jonathan Model. It was included in his Wednesday dismissal of a campaign complaint filed against Republican gubernatorial candidate Greg Gianforte. Gianforte's campaign used work addresses included in a Montana Association of Counties directory to send a message to county officials across Montana asking them to join his team. Model ruled that the deliberate, systemic use of public employees' work addresses for campaigning amounts to coercion under Montana law. The ruling draws a distinction between campaigns targeting public workers' addresses and those that send limited or accidental mailings to them. Model dismissed the complaint against Gianforte because that distinction had not yet been made prior to Wednesday's ruling. The U.S. Supreme Court's decision to temporarily freeze the Obama administration's Clean Power Plan gives Montana Governor Steve Bullock some breathing room as he campaigns for his second term. The High Court stay allows the Democrats' re-election campaign to avoid, for now, the thicket of political thorns growing out of the debate over the future of Montana's coal industry and power generation. His likely GOP challenger, Greg Gianforte, said he'll likely continue hammering at Bullock for what he calls a lack of leadership over the state's energy policy. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks has been investigating multiple complaints that a wolf was harassing the elk herd living atop Mount Jumbo. According to wildlife biologist Liz Bradley, one of the best accounts of the incident was two men who were on the phone with each other and saw the canine that harassed the elk disappear into the trees from the rattlesnake and reappear later.
And eventually that animal came out of the timber and beeline to the south, where the guy at the rattlesnake lost sight of it, and the one down at Hellgate Conoco watched it, proceeded to come south and get on the L trail and join up with a hiker with another dog. And that happened down at the bottom of the L trail.
To double-check the reports, FWP sent a wolf specialist to check the tracks. Luckily, the tracks were still visible.
Some of the tracks were melted since it occurred on Thursday, but they were still able to find the tracks and confirm that there were two sets of tracks up there, but they were both dogs. They were able to track them out and follow those tracks, and both of them led back to the L trail. So we're very confident that we had two dogs and not wolves.
Much of Mount Jumbo is closed during the winter to protect habitat frequented by elk. Montana health officials say flu-related hospitalizations are down 95% from the same period last year. The Billings Gazette reports the flu season began in October and will end around June 1st. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, this season saw only 22 hospitalizations as of February 9th. Last season, there were 441 hospitalizations in the same time period. Across Montana, there have been only 2 flu-related deaths so far. There were 24 last season. Missoula police are on the lookout for a man caught on camera shortly after making purchases in Missoula with a stolen credit card from Pennsylvania. Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
The last couple of days, we started seeing a male who was going to various retailers around town here and making purchases using stolen identification and a credit card. He seems to be particularly interested in cell phones and, in fact, has purchased some using those stolen items.
The man has stolen the identity of a man shown on the Pennsylvania credit card. Surveillance cameras give officers a good description of the suspect and his vehicle.
He appears to be a darker-skinned male, perhaps African-American. He was, at the time, wearing a long-sleeve red sweatshirt with some type of vest over the top. He's wearing blue jeans. His hair is close-cropped and was driving a black Dodge Charger. Looks like it had Washington State license plates on it.
Anybody with information asked to call Crime Stoppers 721-4444. Another page in the long saga of mountain water was written by the Public Service Commission this week. Spokesman Eric Sell said they're pushing Mountain Water to explain how it didn't violate its past promises when it sold to Liberty Utilities.
The Commission just recently issued an order to show cause, asking Mountain Water to explain to us why they think that they didn't violate some provisions that were put in place following the last sale of Mountain Water a few years ago. There's some concern on behalf of the Commission that they may have violated some of those provisions.
During the sale to Carlisle Holdings, 10 ring fencing requirements were stipulated, and the Commission believes some of those requirements were breached.
One of the primary ones was it was stated in the previous sale that the PSC would oversee any sale and transfer of its assets of Mountain Water worth over $1 million. And clearly the sale of the entire water system was much larger than $1 million.
Mountain Water is scheduled to undergo a rate hearing before the Commission before the end of this month. And a Bozeman man involved in a 12-hour standoff with police has been charged with assault with a weapon. The Bozeman Daily Chronicle reports bail was set at $250,000 for 26-year-old Wesley Brockmeyer Barnhart during his initial appearance in Justice Court yesterday. Charging documents say one of Brockmeyer Barnhart's housemates called police Tuesday to report that he had fired a shot at him and his girlfriend after they left the house. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Increasing clouds today with our temperatures remaining quite comfortable. Daytime highs will be in the low 40s. Clouds and a few showers tonight with our lows in the upper 20s. Areas of rain on Friday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.